apartment 5B.
You're now tuned into the Apartment 5B podcast, where we chop it up about hip-hop, R&B, sports, love and life. Hosted by Kill.
And with my pen and paper, aw shit.
Got back there. You got Skull Snap.
Yes, sir.
You got
I got everything, baby. Skull
Mooney.
Snap, got the Honeysuckle Breeze, you got the He's Coming, you got the Little Boy Blues joint, you got the Impressions, you got the Screaming Jay Hawkins. You know, man, I learned from you, man. I learned from you.
Oh, so Kill. So Kill, this bro who said you can't buy second edition joint.
Yo, Roots is the OG of everything, man. This is the OG of everything.
Yeah.
You about to get into it. This is the OG of everything. Yeah, let's go. What's good? You tune in Apartment 5B, hosted by your man, Yo. Packed house in the house tonight. This is probably the most packed we ever been, and I love it. We are talking about the borough of Queens today. Let me just go down everybody. I got my man, Greg Boogie. What's good, baby?
Peace. Haitian Greg Boogie.
Yes, sir.
Greg C, whatever you want to call me.
Queens representative. I got my man Kelv out of Queens. This is my guy from Morgan. His nickname for me would have been "Can I Borrow That?" Because I don't know how he did it, but he had the new issue of The Source in Slam magazine before anybody on campus. I don't know how you did it, bro, but it was like, yo, every time I see Kelv, can I borrow that? So Queens representative again. What's good, Kelv?
Glad to be here, Kill. Salute everybody.
I see that poster right there. Starks dunking on Jordan. I understand. I feel you, good brother. I feel you. I got my man Slayer in the building. Another Queens representative. What's good, Slayer?
What up? What up?
This is my guy right
Thanks
here.
for having me, bro.
Love this dude to death. Nah, man, I've been trying to get you on here. I got my man Rel out of Philly with a lot of sneakers in the background. What's good, baby?
What's good, everybody? Nice to meet everybody. Happy to be here, man. Yeah.
Yo, got my man Eddie out of LA. What's good, man? All the Mets gear. I see you, Queens representative. Even though you're from Brooklyn.
Even though I'm from Brooklyn, but you know I have family in Queens too.
I understand.
Yes,
I understand.
It's all
my
love.
brother Vern out of ATL. What's good, man?
What's going on, man? I'm happy to be here, but it's crazy how you be chopping with cats, and then they on here, man. Cause me and Greg be hitting each other up on the inbox. Yeah, man. Yeah.
That's a beautiful thing, man. Yeah. Now, for this dude right here, this is gonna be a story. This is gonna be like a 5-minute intro, man. I get the Morgan 92. I see him Bobbito. In fact, I'm gonna pull this off the wall right here, just to show how official this shit is. I see this in Vibe magazine. You know what I mean? Bobbito is doing a breakdown of everybody, all the hip hop radio shows, and it says Baltimore, DC, WEAA. DJs Vinny V, Roots, Marky B, Dave, Class, and Greg. I'm like, yo, I got to get up there, bro. I go there one night, just knock on the door in a humble, like, yo, I just want to intern. Motherfuckers threw me in the record room, was telling me to put shit in order, all kinds of crazy shit. Tall dude over here to the side, playing the back. Yo, this is my man Roots right here, man. This is my OG. This is my OG. So when people talk about, yo, Kill, you know your shit, it's coming from this dude right here. For niggas who be like, yo, Kill, how you get your drums so dope? It's from this nigga right here, because he would shit on my drums. That's what I loved about Roots. Roots would be like, nah, that shit whack, yo. Come on, man. Come harder than that. You know what I mean? So this is the dude who was doing Milk Crates, playing the original record that people sampled, and he was doing this shit in 91. Now, in 2021, that shit don't seem amazing, but when you go back, people weren't doing that till like 96, 97. Soul Man out of Philly was doing his tapes. Fusion out of Baltimore was doing his. Roots was doing this shit in 1991. You know what I mean? So
that's true.
Just how official this dude is. Production credits for Rockefeller, Memphis Bleak, Exhibit, Cannabis. I'm sure we could go on. This nigga produced one of my favorite joints. Like I said, we gonna be here for a minute. Right here, I'm about to show you. Philly, Reese, one of my favorite albums.
Oh, yes, that's fire.
Produced on this right here.
That's fire.
Very slept on the album that me and Rel was just talking about last night. I purposely copped this because you produced 2 joints on here. Anything you produced, I was copping.
Oh man.
What two joints? What 2 joints he produced?
I did the title song of the album, How I Do.
How I Do.
I did the Hustle. Now there's a European version of that joint, and there's because I did like 5 songs for her, but 2 made the album, and but on the European version of it, I got a 3rd joint on there. It was so long ago, I don't remember the song, and that one is I like more than those other 2 that made the album on the domestic version. But yeah, so there's really 3 that on the album, depending on where you at in the world. There's 3 joints that I did. You know what I mean?
Man, that's what's
so
up.
Like
bro.
I said, this is the OG. This is the dude who put me on everything. Every time I made a beat, bugging him, Roots, what this sound like? What's this? What should I do with the show? What should I do with this? So just want to give you your flowers, brother, because I talk about you all the fucking time. Anytime somebody brings up Source Money, I tell them about that time I was in your crib in Queens and you played that album you produced for Source. That nigga, we need that to leak, because that's 5 mics. Because people were upset with the middle finger you. They weren't happy with it. And I'm always like, yo, trust me. There's a Source Money album out there my guy produced that is the 5 mic album we wanted, man. You know what I mean? So we can get into all that stuff.
But wait, before y'all finish, I gotta throw some flowers for Roots, because I've been friends with this gentleman for what, 35 years plus? Like since we were both teens. You know what I'm saying? I know his family. Like we grew up together. You know what I'm saying? So I got to see the evolution of him as, you know, in the music game, and, you know, just as a artist. Like, it's not just like what I always felt set Roots apart. Like, it wasn't just the music. The music was always banging, but it was the whole, he painted a whole picture. It was almost like you have a Picasso that does an ill painting and it gives you a view on life. His production brought flavor, color, texture, like, and I've seen him work in the studio like millions of times. We used to be around each other all the time, like everyday type shit. And appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I gotta give it up. Like, we didn't get to talk last time we seen each other in Brooklyn. In the park. Know what I'm saying? Yeah, in the park. But you already know, brother, what I learned from you. You know what I'm saying? I yeah, brother. Yeah.
Well, since
like
Kel,
Greg
you want to say something nice about me, Kel?
Like, Kel, you want to jump in? What you want?
Oh shit!
Hey, I mean, like you said, Milk Crates. Obviously, I mean, for Morgan, I mean, like Milk Crates set it off. That's
what's up, my nigga. Salute.
Yeah, absolutely. Salute.
Yeah. And I mean, again, you know, with us losing our legends, man, I just got to give you this, because we haven't talked in what, 25 years, bro.
Yeah. Just like in passing here and there. You're right.
Yeah. So, I mean, just the fact to see you, man, and like I said, I appreciate everything, brother. So let's jump into it, yo.
All right.
Top 5 MCs from Queens. Because here's the thing with Queens, y'all got some heavy fucking hitters. So Roots, you tell me, we gonna set it off with you, bro. Who are your top 5 MCs out of Queens? In order, if you can. If you can't, that's good, but at least give me your number 1. At least tell me who's the illest. If the other 4 ain't in no order, but who would be your number 1 in the other 4 people?
My top 5 MCs
number 1
Queens is, I'm gonna have to go. Well, I already know my top 3 from Queens is Pharoahe Monch.
I see you with the shirt on. I see you got the organized shirt on.
Already, Pharoahe Monch. Pharoahe Monch is in my top 3 greatest MCs of all time.
I'm not mad at that.
Now,
you won't get no fight from nobody who knows what you're talking about.
Number 1 is number 2 is Kool G Rap. Number 3 is Nas. Number 4, you might have to come back to me, because I want to say, yeah, you got to come back to me for those last 2.
All right, no doubt.
You know what I mean? For Queens, because I'm a Queens dude, but a lot of the dudes that I really admire, MCs, are from Brooklyn. Aside from those 2 that I just mentioned, I want to, even though Q-Tip is not as lyrical as those first 3 that I mentioned, Q-Tip got a special place in my heart. It's hard for me to separate his genius as a producer from what he does lyrically, so I just lump it all in. So it's hard for me to not talk about the greatest in Queens and not mention Q-Tip.
Yeah.
He
No doubt,
understands the music. And so maybe my fifth would be Q-Tip. And I don't know who my fourth would be. I need some time to think about it. I want to say LL, but you know.
Prodigy, maybe?
No, they're not. I mean, what they did for the culture, yes. But as far as lyrical, I don't know, man. I know my first three, though. Monch, G-Rap, and Nas.
All right, that's a top three right there. Greg Boogie, who you got for your top five, man?
I mean, it's the same, almost the same. So I have G-Rap first, Nas second, Monch third. I would like to say Prodigy, like on that 3-album run. Prodigy would be my number 4.
You know what? He said it. Prodigy's my 4. I'm sorry. Go ahead, man.
Okay, and then honestly, just cause I started high school when radio dropped, right? So I'm gonna say LL Cool J. Just.
I mean, you ain't talking about no Rudy Poop, bro. So you don't have to apologize for LL.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we just got into a rumble about LL.
Yeah, we sure did.
So you ain't guys take nothing from L, man, because he definitely make mine. Kel, what you got, man?
I mean, pretty much I think everybody's gonna have the same top 5 for the most part, just different orders and stuff like that. I ain't breaking no news. I got G-Rap, LL, Nas, Monch, and Prodigy.
Okay. All right, Slayer, what about you?
Yo, I got Nas, Coogee Rap. Y'all going wild. I got 50.
All
right. I respect it.
Yeah.
Hold on. Nas, G-Rap, 50. Damn, I love Pharoah Monch too, bro. LL. Got the LL on there, y'all.
All right.
And then it's just on some hood shit. Tragedy, because I feel like Tragedy Gaddafi birthed a lot.
Yeah, I was going back and forth between him and Prodigy.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that.
Respect Tragedy. That's number 5.
Absolutely.
I'm not mad at that. Now, for everybody watching, y'all know how I do. I do my homework. I apologize. We got Queens representatives in the house. Roots, what part of Queens are you from, man? What do you represent?
I'm from East Elmhurst, Queens.
All right, no doubt. Greg. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry.
No. East Elmhurst, Queens. That's enough for now. Yeah.
Greg Boogie, where you from,
Elmhurst. Man? Elmhurst, Queens, 43rd Ave.
All right, no doubt. Kel, where you at?
Cambridge Heights, South Jamaica.
All right, and Jay Slayer, where you at?
I'm from Springfield on 111, Queens Village, South Jamaica. We call it Shadyville.
Shadyville.
All right. No doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Fun fact, I live on Springfield and 112 right now. That's where I'm reporting from.
Oh, word?
Right across from the livestock.
Salute.
Yeah. You see Black and Drew and all them walking by all the time.
The Chris.
Word. That's what's up. That's what's up. All right, Rel. I already know who you. Rel, I already know your favorite MC is, so I know who number 1 is. But for everybody else watching at home, what's your top 5?
Of course, number 1 is Nas. Number 2 is Coogee Rap. Number 3 is LL. Number 4 is Prodigy. And number 5 is Tragedy Gaddafi.
All right. No doubt. Like I said about Queens, y'all got so many spitters. Like Trash could be a slept on MC, but he can make somebody's top 5 too. Like it's so many. And we're gonna talk about later on is does Queens have the dopest MCs? It always comes down to Queens of Brooklyn. You know what I mean? So
I think Queens won the last time we did this, Kill.
I mean, it changes. It changes. Like we do it once a year, and one year it'll be Brooklyn, one year it'll be Queens. So it goes back and forth. You know what I mean? Eddie, what about you? Top 5 MCs out of Queens.
In order, I'll go Pharoah Monch, Nas, G-Rap, LL Cool J, and then Prodigy number 5.
All right. And Vern, what you got?
You know I don't do an order, but here go 5. G-Rap, LL, Nas, Monch, and here's my one I'm sliding in. This nigga I just love the way he spit. Dreads from Black Sheep, man.
Okay. I'm not mad at that.
Respect.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. Same thing like everybody else. My number one is Nas, G-Rap, Monch. Now, Monch is my number two. So Nas, Monch, G-Rap, Prodigy, LL. So yeah, I love the little pieces that people slid in there. Jay throwing in 50, Drez coming down there, Tragedy, Gaddafi too. Definitely dope picks. Now tell me this. You got one slept on C. One slept on. Who with Roots? Who is your one slept on? Now, I know you've worked with with so many people in Queens. So who is your one slept on MC that you like, yo, niggas really just don't appreciate this dude?
Okay.
I mean, does he have to have a deal?
Nah. You want to talk about Dennis Kelman?
I was gonna say DK.
Dennis Kelman.
DK is
I'm not mad at that.
Out here, Corona, East Elmhurst, and yo, he sends me. That nigga called me 7 in the morning and just spit 20 bars and hang up the phone. That nigga's still rhyming. Just imagine having the skill of like a LeBron James and never going pro. That's where this guy is at with his vocal capability, man. His lyrics is just crazy. You just got to understand it. So for me, Dennis Kelman is the most slept on dude from Queens.
Yo, man, I still remember when you came to the station with the 15 Minutes of Fame 12-inch that you did.
Right.
I still love that shit to this day, man.
Yo, he got some shit that's just crazy.
And I follow him on IG. You know what I mean? So I see the shit he's still doing.
Yeah.
To this day. You know what I mean? So and then he got the beard too. So you know what I mean? It's just
that's
you know
Instagram. Dennis Kelman. Y'all gotta check him out.
Dennis Kelman.
Yeah, man.
Dennis Kelman.
That's crazy. That's a throwback, Roots. That's a throwback.
Man. Yeah. I mean that 15 minutes was always dope. And then y'all had to join on the Spit compilation that Stretch Armstrong put out.
We had to join Stretch. Took a joint for some Spit compilation. Then I played him for Lyor Cohen. Lyor Cohen loved him, gave me some cash to do a whole like a little album, like a 5-6 song, like an EP. Did the EP. He has some crazy history. If y'all got a minute, he did an EP, and the EP we gave it to Lyor, and in the contract it was like you can't really sign with nobody else until we pass on. You see what I'm saying? So what happened was, we were waiting, so I couldn't sit on it because the music was so hot. So I took it to other labels, and Jive wanted to sign him. Talking $500,000, we ready to sign right now. But I would have had to break the contract with Lyor, and I was scared. I was green behind the ears, like if I break the contract, I can get sued. But so I was like, we gotta wait. So I told Jive we gotta wait. You know what I mean? And then Lyor was like, we're gonna pass. I went to Jive. They were like, nah, we gonna pass.
Damn.
So, damn. The lesson in that story is like, yo, fuck them labels. Go where it's hot. But yo, he's still ringing bells. So yeah, DK is my most slept on kid.
I ain't mad at that at all, man. Still love Kelman to this day. Greg Boogie, who you got for one slept on MC out of Queens that you feel that just don't get the credit they deserve?
So this is another unsigned artist. And just a little background, like I'm real close, like just like how I'm close with Roots, me and Sha Money go back. You know what I'm saying? Sha Money Excel, that's my brother. Like, so he has an artist that he's working with from the Ville. I think he's from around like 107, 108. All right. His name is Future. Yo, I was in the lab with him last year with Sha. This kid, he did like 2 joints and it blew me away. And a couple months back, I went to my bro Fro's house, and he was there in front playing joints out the whip. I mean, this kid is incredible. I just hope Sha puts some paperwork on him and gets him out, because he's one of those guys that really can change the game. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And with the combination of Sha's production and him, sky's the limit.
That's dope.
Yeah, that's dope. Yeah, Future from Shadyville. That's my dude.
All right, no doubt. Kel, who you got?
I think everybody talks about Pharaoh so much. Prince Po.
That was my pick. Prince Po.
Yeah,
it's nice one.
Yeah,
nice.
Prince Po was nice.
Yeah. Prince Po out the South Side slums. Yeah, man. Like, and like you said, everybody goes on Mosh, but I'm like, yo, you talking 3 albums.
No doubt.
You know, organized albums that are just crazy. You know what I mean? And again, like you said, everybody talks about Mosh, but not Po. So, Slayer, who you got, man?
Yo, I got another kid out of Queens, out of Corona. My man, Super Bad Soulless. He's from Timeless Truth.
Mm-hmm. Dominican
familiar
kid.
with them? Yo.
Yeah, nah. What's the name of it? What is the name?
No joke.
You said Timeless
Super Bad
Truth?
Soulless. Yo, here's Timeless Truth is the group. It was him and his brother. They had an album called Rocket Science that dropped like in 2013, 2012. The group, I guess they disbanded. He went solo. He dropped an album called Soul Controller back when, what was that Nas album that Nas did with Kanye West?
Mm-hmm.
I forgot the album, whatever album it was. The Nasir journey, right? Cop Shot the Kid, right? So I caught both those albums on the same day. I got the Soul Control album. I got the Nas joint. I listened to the Nas joint twice. Yo, we love Nas. I had to pit that Nasir shit.
Yo,
aside.
I'm the only person on the planet Earth. It's just me and Nas and Destiny that like that Nasir album. Literally, it's me, Nas, and Destiny, and that's it. Nobody else likes this album. I thought the shit was done.
Baby Mom's probably like, Khalees like it too, but yeah.
Nah, she don't love me. She like the chat, so.
Yeah, cut the check. But yo, Soulless, his two albums are fire, bro. And like his shit was better than Nas joint. I was fucking. Just the music, everything was just better to me. That year, I said, yo, dude, you got a better album than Nas. That shit crazy.
All right, I gotta check this dude out, no doubt. Rel, who you got? Slept on for me, Royal Flush.
Okay.
Yo, you know what? I'm gonna start going first because I always end up last and everybody take my shit. I was gonna say, said Flo, I was gonna say Flush. I gotta find somebody the fuck else to pick now, man.
I fucks with Flush too. That's my man.
Yeah, worldwide.
Worldwide
Flush
had with
Iced Out Medallions.
Yo, just recently, like 2 years ago, he had the joint with Sean P.
That was dope.
Something
in the joint he had with Off Pete's New York's Finest Question. Yeah. That joint was crazy too. That joint was crazy too. But yeah, Flush is a problem.
Royal Flush, I fuck with Royal Flush heavy, so that would be my slept on.
All right, Eddie, what about you?
All right, this MC, I'm naming him because he's not really that lyrical, but I feel like what he's done stylistically, I feel like he gets looked over a lot as an MC, and that's Mr. Cheeks. Because what he did on them Lost Boys album, like I said, lyrically, you know, he ain't that deep, but stylistically, like what he brought, like, you know, with his flows and rhyme patterns.
His flows and rhyme patterns is different. Yeah, facts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right. Cheeks a good call. Vern, what you got?
Y'all bringing these hard body, gully dudes. I gotta give these particular MCs their respect because nobody gonna bring them up. But for what they did at the time, I gotta say, Salt and Pepper. Salt and Pepper. I mean, they brought something different to the game.
I got them in my group.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
me too.
Man, bro, one of the hardest niggas I know, Sugar Bell. The thuggiest thug. Let me borrow his tape so I can dub it on the High School Edition. So if you got problems with Salt and Pepper, go see Sugar. I don't think you want to do that. So see, I'm gonna say Salt and Pepper, man.
Can't be mad at that. Yo, people front, but Hot, Cool, and Vicious was incredibly produced. The rhymes was crazy. I'll Take Your Man.
Yeah,
I mean,
man.
Every Tramp. I mean,
I Desire.
everything on there was I Desire. Like the whole album was crazy.
Even if they didn't write their rhymes, Salt and Pepper knew how to say their rhymes.
Yeah, they knew how to say it.
The iteration, the
delivery was great.
Yeah, gotta give it up for them.
They had a great run, you know, like what, 80, 88, 87, 86, like 98.
86. Really, 86. We were still in the 12-inch era, where 12-inch could last you 6 months. You know what I mean? So we may have heard Push It and Tramp in 86 before we even got to hear the album in 88.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So, yeah, dope run. Since everybody took mine, I'm going to go with another cat from Flush and Mike Geronimo.
Mike G, hell yeah.
I love this album, The Natural.
The Natural, yes, sir.
I just felt Mark the Spark on here, the Beat Miners. I mean, Buck Wild with Master IC. There was a time when Master IC was the dopest fucking song on the planet. You know what I mean? So
heavy.
There was a time when he was up there with Illmatic. Like people was talking about Mike Geronimo, like how they was talking about Nas. Like it was crazy. I don't even know if slept on, bro. Maybe like I don't even know if it's unsung. Like his destiny just wasn't like what we were expecting for him. The expectations, he didn't reach that. I think it was that second. I think it was that second album, that Making Moves with Puff. That one kind of threw. That Making Moves with Puff threw everybody off right there. You know what I mean? Shouts to Pete Rock. He had going on there that was crazy. Pete had going on there. I think it was Unstoppable or whatever, but that was crazy. Tell me this, and Roots, this is great for you. Give me the dopest producer out of Queens and a slept-on producer out of Queens.
Dopest producer out of Queens. Q-Tip.
Not mad at that.
Can't be mad at that.
I'm not mad at that at all.
Listen, when Q-Tip did One Love, I woke up after that. Because you got to understand, a song, One Love, is based around a xylophone. And the xylophone internationally is known as the love instrument. So it wasn't just haphazardly. A lot of times producers, you just sampling shit, you make a beat, the beat is hot, and you just, whoever wants to buy it, just buy it, it's hot. Whereas this guy actually, he made that beat, and you got, Nas is like 19 years old at the time, right? 19 years old. So he's not methodically analyzing it. That was Q-Tip, who was already basically a veteran at that point, that understood this is a xylophone joint. Pitched to him, sing about your grandmother or sing about somebody you love. He didn't have that ability, but he was like, you know what? I'm going to sing about my loved ones that's locked down. So the marriage of him knowing how to put, and then Drink Away the Pain. Come on, man. Them two joints right there, just niggas will go their whole life and not to get to do a composition and put music together like that. And so the marriage between Drink Away the Pain and the lyrics, and the same with One Love, those two joints are love. So when I think about what he's done with Janet Jackson to just everybody, I'm like, nah, Q-Tip is my nigga when it comes to producers from Queens. And then,
Slept On.
What?
Slept On,
because we know him because he rhymes on the mic. People forget, like, he produced. A lot of people love that Mobb Deep album. The whole world does, and doesn't know that he did Drink Away the Pain. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't know that he mixed down the whole album. He curated the album. You know what I'm saying?
Let's not talk about Give Up the Goods, homie.
Exactly. So I'm going with Q-Tip as Slept On. No, you said favorite, right?
The best producer is Tip. Who's your Slept On?
The best producer is Tip, and I really want to say Large Pro too. I really want to say Large.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that at all.
I'm mad at that, right? How can you be?
I really want to say Large Pro, but I'm gonna say too. Large Pro is just a monster, man. And then most slept on for Queens is me.
I'm not mad at that.
I'm not mad at that.
You know, I'll be in clubs and they'll play a joint that I did, and I'm trying to talk to the girl. She's like, "Nah, that's my song." I want to say, "Yo, I did the song. What the fuck you want?" with the author of the song. People don't even know like I did songs, so like I'm slept on in that regard. So yeah, those are my two.
All right, no doubt. I'm jumping in here now because I'm sick of going last and everybody taking my shit. So my first was Marley. Marley was gonna be my first, but like I've told people, I'm trying to find the book. I can't find it. It's a book on cold chilling. I don't know what the fuck Marley did after reading this book. You know what I mean? Because this is on some old. Everybody is like. I'll find it when I'm not talking, but I'll show you. It's an incredible book. It is. It's not written like a book. It's like interviews. You know what I mean? So these are people saying it, and I'm like, all right, because niggas would be like, Kane would be like, yo, I brought him the Emotion records for Ain't No Half Step. And I'm like, yeah, but did you bring the drums? Kane, like, I brought every goddamn thing. Like, I brought everything. And G-Rap is I brought everything. And so just by the end of the book, I'm like, fuck, like, what did you do? So with that, Marley being a question mark, I'm going with Tip. Everything that Roots just said, I think Tip will be talked about so much more if those first 3 Tribe albums would have said produced by Q-Tip versus saying produced by a Tribe Called Quest. Because for years I thought Ali did everything, because at that time the producer was usually the DJ. You know what I mean? I really think if people don't look at like Tip produced 2 classic back-to-back albums, 3 if you call People's Instinctives a classic. And then, like I broke down on one of the episodes, what Tip does with his drums is something nobody else does. He starts his drums. He starts his songs off with drum solos. When you hear Apache's "Gangsta Bitch," it's just the drums. You know what I mean? He gives his drum solo on One Love. The third verse is just the drums. They dropped the xylophone out just for the drums.
Right.
When he sets off, oh my God, he's doing a tap repeat on the SP12 to give you that da-da-da-da-da to come into it. You know, listen to Craig Mack, the Get Down, the remix to it. Again, he started off with the drums. Nobody else does that. Most people will start with a sample. You listen to Come Clean, you hear the sample first. You want to listen to Troy, you hear the sample first. With Tip, you hear the drums first. And people don't say it a lot, but Tip has some of the hardest drums in hip hop. Hardest, easily. You know what I mean? If you really listen to them Tribe, that low end, in that motherfucking Midnight, you're listening to some of the hardest snares. Crooklyn, to this day, no one knows what Crooklyn is. To this day. Niggas have still been digging for what that sample is. 30 years later.
Lyrics to go. Yes. Lyrics to go. Yes.
I mean, so
Midnight.
The mini
Midnight of the Midnight Barada.
Man, come on, bro.
Midnight. I mean, it's so many. It's so many. So I got to Slept On. I got two people. A kid called Roots, just like he just called it, because I talk about Roots all the time. I always tell people this dude was supposed to be to Rockefeller with Kanye and Just were for Rockefeller. I've always said that, Roots. That's my word. That you were just as dope, if not doper, than Kanye and Just.
I got bamboozled.
Nah, and I mean, and I'm dead ass, and I mean, like I said, I'm not just blowing that up because you hear, but I've always told people about how dope you were. Like the fucking, whenever you would come back to Morgan, it was like a fucking holiday for me, and it was just like you doing your thing, and I'm like, yo, Roots, just give me 10 minutes, man, just give me 10 minutes to hang out with you. So definitely a kid called Roots. Another Slept On producer, Paul C, white kid out of Queens.
Right.
He was Large Professor's mentor. Large Professor's production company is called Paul C. Off of him, Paul C was the first person to use these Skull Snap drums right here on Steezo's It's My Turn. You know what I mean? So God bless the dead with Steezo too. But Paul C, he got murdered. Crazy situation. But, you know, definitely want to shout out Paul C. Greg Boogie, who's your favorite producer? Who's the dopest and who's the slept on one?
All right, so here goes. I really want to say my favorites are my friends, right? But I'm gonna leave that for the slept on, all right? And one of them is right there, you know, in the chat with us. But let's say this. I have three who I think are the best, and I can't really separate them. So one is Q-Tip, one is Large Professor, and one is Havoc. For what they did at those specific eras. And you know, like I was outside, like you know, not many people know this, but like I was in the music magazine biz, like, you know, with The Source. Like I was one of the original Mind Squad, like 89 they recruited me, because I went to school with Maddie and Reef. And we were always, and you know, we were always at the clubs, Roots, you know, that's how I met them. And then I seen them in class. I was working at Spin Magazine in 89. So like I had access to a lot of material. And so I would have to say those are the three best. Their accomplishments, you know, I don't even have to go down the list. You know what it is.
Right.
But now let's do the slept on, right? I'm going to say Roots. I'm going to say Sha Money. And I'm going to say the mighty VIC. With
VIC
special, because first of all, these are all my boys. But then I'm going to throw my other two mans in there that they had some more success, but I don't think people know how ill they really are. The Beatnuts.
Yeah,
that's a fact.
No question.
You know what I'm saying? And like, you know, and you know, like Roots could tell, you know, it used to be like them dudes used to all get together and I would just be there, and it's like competition to pull out who got the illest beats, who got the, and I'm watching them scheme on each other, and it was great because I saw them all sharpen their sword. Like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's my guys.
That's dope. The thing I love about Havoc and people don't talk about is how he basically went from not producing to turn around producing the Infamous and making Shook Ones. Like
crazy.
That, and again, this is why I'm trying to, maybe people don't understand, but from a production standpoint, imagine not knowing how to produce and one of the first beats you make is fucking Shook Ones. Like, really think about that. There are producers who've been producing for 20 years that don't have a song that you get that energy from Shook Ones. And this is one of his first beats. You know what I mean? So, I mean, Havoc, and when he got in his bag on Hell on Earth, was still shining and shit like that. I mean, you talk about some of the hardest snares again in hip hop. You know, Havoc was crazy. I mean, it's so much. It's so much. I'm gonna mix it up. Vern, I'm gonna come to you, Vern. I don't want to keep you waiting until the end all the time. So who you got?
So I mean, Q-Tip for everything everybody has ever said. Q-Tip, son. I mean, Pharrell even said that he's son Pharrell. He's son Kanye West. You know, the loops that this dude picks, man. Lyrics to go with that song makes me cry. It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, just because I love my wife used to bump the Minnie Riperton when we was dating, and then listen, bro. Okay, I can talk all day about Q-Tip.
I love that sample.
Oh my goodness! And Slept On, somebody said it. I'm gonna go with the Beat Nuts.
All right, no doubt. Roots. This is the joint I was talking about. It's called Going All.
Oh shit!
And this is basically it's by Ben Merrill.
Ego Trip did that? Who did that?
Nah, this is RPM series. Just copy it off Amazon. It's like $20, but trust me, bro. The stories in here. I mean, the breakdown of Granddaddy IU and Cold Chillin' and how they was trying to replace Kane leaving with Granddaddy IU and the Genius. It connected all the dots. Like shit that you like, yo, why they had a Genius looking like that? Oh shit, they was trying to use him to replace Big Daddy Kane. Ah, okay.
Wow.
So this book, I mean, I was taking notes in this book like we was back and forth. Like I ain't read no book that I'm taking notes in. So Kel, who you got for your, I mean, we did great. Kel, who you got for yours?
So I think most people know his sound and know, you know, this. He pretty much raised all of us, and it kind of felt, you know, he passed away, so I think people don't really talk about much. But Larry Smith.
Yeah, man.
Very good.
Houdini. Yeah. That's Crush Groove. The name Crush Groove is basically, you know, it's Orange Crush. You know, it's them. You know, it's Larry Smith. So I think a lot of people don't talk about.
Larry Smith from Hollis?
He's from Hollis.
That's a dope pick, bro.
It is.
So that's you know, I gotta go back to the origin. You know, for me, Slept On, Ayatollah.
Okay.
Oh, that's
yeah. A lot of people don't think about him. His fat booty, you know.
Yo, I love.
My life.
Always shout him out. I love that.
That song is crazy.
Yeah, my life is my shit. That shit with Monster Styles too. That's one of them songs you could just keep on repeat for infinity, man. I love that shit. Man. That shit is crazy. Slayer, who you got?
Picks, Kel.
Yo, my number one. Damn, it's Tip, but y'all said Tip, so I'm going with Havoc.
Okay.
Because Havoc, Mobb Deep has, they got 3 classics. The first album, what? Infamous, Murder Music, Hell on Earth.
Yep.
Crazy.
Ridiculous.
Crazy.
That's what I'm saying.
Now who just slept on?
You know what? God bless the day. I'm gonna go with Jam Master Jay.
Okay.
He had Onyx. He had New Face. He had Onyx. Who else do he have? The Family or the Family?
He had the
Afro. Kicking out ballistic.
Yeah, kicking out ballistic.
You know what I mean? He had 50 early.
Yeah, 50 early.
Yeah, 50 early. Yeah.
All right, no doubt. Rel, who you got?
I'll go with Jay.
I'm gonna go with. It was Roots dropped a jewel about Q-Tip, man. I just want to thank him for that one about the One Love song like that. I ain't even like that was like for real. I appreciate you for that. That was a jewel. And so I was probably like Tip, Extra P, and Havoc were like the soundtrack of my life for a while. So I don't, you know, one of them, man, because it's like
anyone.
Yeah,
any one of them three.
Coming up. My fault.
Here's the thing about Large Pro people don't talk about, at least for me. He's the only person. Well, some people say P. I still like Can't Stop the Profit, the OG, better than the P. But the Gotta Get Over remix that Large Pro did for Gangstar. To me, that's so much better than the original. I don't even listen to the original, so I've never. Even if you like, to me, the real hip hop remix by Pete better than Preem, they're both still dope. But to me, the Gotta Get Over that Large Pro did is so fucking bananas, so much better. And I don't know any producer who can say, yo, I remixed the Premier song and made that shit much better than what Premier did. You know what I mean? Like, you just don't get that. I mean, the 2 different remixes he did for Common, for fucking Resurrection.
I was just about, I forgot the name of the
song. The 2 remixes. He did 2 remixes to Resurrection.
Both
Resurrection. And both of them was fire.
Yo, those remixes, when them shits dropped, I was like, Large Professor's the best to ever do it.
Yeah.
And then the stress remix.
And then, like you said, the stress
absolutely,
remix.
Eddie. Absolutely, Eddie.
The stress remix is just, but not. I mean, I don't even got a word for it.
Bananas.
Yeah. So Large, I'm sorry, bro. I just wanted to give Large Pro some love there too. But so you got Havoc, Tip, and Large Pro as the best. Who's the slept on one?
Can I say one more thing about Large Pro?
Please do.
Yo, the You're the Man on Nas.
Yep.
Yo, that
Still Mad.
I'm Still Mad. That was so crazy. And the sample was actually saying like Sugar Man. Sugar Man is the song, but I don't know how he did what he does.
Freaked it.
Fuck. I'm sorry, bro. So you keep going. So now I gotta keep going. You talking about that shit? How about the fucking remix to Nas's It Ain't Hard to Tell, when he took Biz, says recognize the king of disco and freaked it to say Nas is the king of disco.
Right.
Again, people. Yeah, what you got now, bro? We could go tennis with Large Pro.
Listen, how about It Ain't Hard to Tell? Both versions being crazy, like the Human Nature sample on that jump. Like, come on, man. And it's like his production to me, I can't really describe. It's clean, like, you know what I'm saying.
This right here, So Slept On, Akinelli's first album.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
So Slept On.
I got a story for you about Akinelli and Nas.
Slept On. We gonna get to that. I definitely need some real hip hop stories like the Dave Chappelle show. We gonna get that. But yeah, Akinelli produced by Large Pro, Slept On joint. All right, that's Large Pro. I don't know, Roots, your camera went out.
I know, I'm looking at this shit like, what the fuck? You can hear me?
Yeah, we still hear you. Who you slept on one?
I slept on, they already got mentioned, the Beat Nuts, man. Okay. I mean, I feel like, you know, amongst us, they get mentioned. I feel like they should get mentioned more. You know what I'm saying? They, you know, another part of my life coming up where it was like the soundtrack of my life for real. You know what I'm saying? The Beat Nuts are slept on as a group in general. You know what I'm saying? They had that formula they had was just.
Did they produce?
It just work. You can't.
What you say, Vern?
Did they produce Let the Horns Blow by Chi Ali? Remember that joint?
I think they did.
Everybody produced that whole album.
That must be fire, bro. Yeah.
Tony Fashion was he wrote all the lyrics.
Yeah. Definitely dope picks, bro. I mean, this album right here, this shit changed my life. I heard this the summer of '94. Yo, when I came back, Roots, when I came back to Maury, I was like, I'm getting a fucking SP1200. I don't give a fuck what I gotta do. After hearing this album all summer, and I was doing, I almost got kicked out of Morgan for scamming financial aid trying to get an SP1200. You know what I mean? On some real shit. Word is bond to Jesus. It was a hookup in financial aid. I was like, I don't even give a fuck. I need an SP1200. So. Yeah, that's my thing. I always tell people, you don't love hip hop as much as I do. If you ain't think or do a couple of scams to get a quick,
risk it all.
Risk it all for a fucking drum machine. Eddie, what you got for yours, man?
Man, it's like I feel like the three that
that album.
Nah, Reign of the Tech was on the EP, The Intoxicated Demons. Mm-hmm. This was Reign of the Tech. So this dropped first, and then this came second.
Got it, yeah. Intoxicated Demons, yeah.
Yo, I would say this, like the three that's being mentioned, I feel like, you know, Q-Tip, Havoc, and Extra P, they're the three-headed monster, but Q-Tip is always going to be my 1A because of them tribe joints. Right. You know, Low End Theory and Midnight Marauders, like, you know, those bodies of work, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, Extra P, like, I would say, aside from Pete Rocks, as far as, you know, the prolific remixes go, like Extra P is right there. But, you know, and Havoc, you know, what he did with Mobb Deep, but I gotta go with Q-Tip. As far as Slept On, I feel like y'all named Oh my! But who mentioned Ayatollah? Because it's so funny. I was just thinking to him. I found at a record shop the original My Life. I guess it was the one for ESPN. I don't know who the hell was rapping on it, but it was still Pharoah doing the hook. It was still the Ayatollah beat, but it was like some other MC I never heard of. But the production on that was a little fuller. Like I think it was. It feels like the joint with Styles P, like was like in a more abbreviated version, but that joint, the ESPN joint, it had like a whole intro part and a whole closing, like crazy. And of course, you know, Miss Fat Booty, one of my favorite beats of all time, right there, yo.
All right, no doubt. Now here's where things can get interesting. What are your top 5 albums from Queens? Your top 5 albums.
That's good.
Roots, you good? Or you want me to go first? You thinking?
Go first.
I got Run DMC's debut album. Shit changed my life. 85. I'm 11 years old. That was it for me. I got Midnight Marauders by Tribe. You know what I mean? I'll never forget. I was coming back from the outlets and heard fucking World Tour on the radio, and we all was like, "Oh shit, the new Tribe, this shit crazy." I got to go with the Infamous by Mob. Again, everything perfect in that. The next joint I gotta go. I was showing this off the other day. It's the LL Mama Said joint with the Marvel cover with the Punisher for it. So dope. LL's Mama Said knock you out. Yeah, shit is crazy. I mean, got LL on the back, but you know, I was like, I seen this joint in this red vinyl. I was like, I gotta get this joint. And then I got Nas Illmatic. So I got Run DMC's debut, Midnight Marauders, the Infamous Mama Said knock you out, and Illmatic. Roots, what you got?
Let me get the next one. I gotta think. I'm thinking, man. Give me 2 minutes.
No doubt. Greg Boogie, what you got? 5 albums from Queens.
All right. Marley Marl in Control.
Woo.
Dope.
Rose to the Riches.
Dope.
Run DMC debut album. Radio, LL Cool J. And I got one more. For me, it gotta be the Infamous.
All right. You said that Marley joint to this day. This picture is like one of the ill. I always wanted a poster of this. You know what I mean? Because it was just so dope. You know what I mean? Yeah, crazy. Kelp, who you got?
I got Illmatic. I got Midnight Marauders. I got Raising Hell. Raising Hell. My Ideas is the first song ever I thought I could rhyme. So the first song I remember memorizing front to back. And that was my joint. Low End Theory and the Infamous.
All right. Not mad at that. All right, Bruce, what you got?
I think I got 5. I got Nas Illmatic as the first. One of the greatest rap albums. Never mind Queens, just in the world.
Right.
So I got Illmatic as 1. I got Midnight Marauders. To me, I mean, I argue with my friends every week about this for the last 20 years. Which album? They both perfect, but Midnight Marauders had a little more edge on it.
Yep.
It was just snap. I don't know what it was, but I like Midnight Marauders a little better. So Midnight Marauders is on my list. Pharoah Monch, Internal Affairs.
Woo!
Just because Simon Says it's just one of the greatest rap records ever.
Roots, that's a good pick, Roots.
I love it. You got a song called Queens on there that is
absolutely, yeah.
I just love Pharoah Monch.
Damn.
Listen, man, I talk Pharoah Monch all the time. I'll be walking up to strangers like, Pharoah Monch is one of the greatest niggas. That's how I am with Pharoah Monch. So I be telling people, I'm like, yo, Pharoah Monch gave birth to Eminem. I'm saying that shit. People don't understand the cadence of Eminem. That comes from Pharoah Monch, but for Pharoah Monch never went commercial. So people just like, Eminem is the greatest, but he comes from the school of Pharoah Monch. It's just facts. I be telling Stretch on. Me and Stretch, I'm cool with Stretch Armstrong, and I'm always mentioning Pharoah Monch. And he's like, yeah, definitely. He agrees with me. Like, Pharoah Monch is one of the illest, and he gave birth to Eminem.
And I forgot who said it. But then you got the fact that he got asthma.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. So, Foul Monch Eternal Affairs, the Infamous album, and then Road to the Riches. G-Rap.
Go.
Those are my
Richard.
five.
What you got, Vern?
Hey, Roots, send everybody that don't know nothing about Pharaoh. Fonte is one of my favorite MCs. Tell them to listen to We Go Off.
Oh, yeah.
This nigga said, I sent a stranger to rearrange a Range Rover Kia. In return to forever, I am Chick Corea. F Chivalry, I will end the chick's career. Bruh.
Crazy. I remember that shit. That's the 13-year-olds.
I mean, he got Fonte up out of there. And like I said, Fonte is one of my favorites.
It's nice. Yeah.
Fact.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah.
Fonte is
No doubt.
nice.
No doubt. Slayer, who you got for your top 5 albums, good brother?
Yo, they call me the Midnight Marauder, so you know that's my number one.
Right.
I love that record, bro. There's no skippable tracks on Midnight Marauder. You just let that shit just play through. That shit is crazy.
Exactly.
Midnight Marauder, Infamous, Mob Deep Infamous,
Game Changer,
Illmatic. That's 3. Get Rich or Die Trying, 50.
Okay.
That shit is crazy. Like Get Rich or Die Trying is ridiculous.
Right. We forget about
and
that.
Sha Money is one of the slept on producers too.
Yeah.
And then number 5, I'm about to fuck this up, bro. But I heard it's 84, so it's the first. It's the first or it's the second Run DMC album, the one that had
Is it Raven Hell?
King of Rock?
Had Rock.
King of Rock?
No,
that's the first one.
That's the first one.
That's the first one. That's the first one.
No, so what's the one that has the Crush Groove? The one when
Down with Joe.
He's like, I just made the rhyme. I just made the motherfucker.
I used to say,
That's
every
what we
time
got.
I'm gonna have to fight.
That's
Yeah.
not-
That
the
came out on the
debut.
Profile Records.
Yeah.
That
But that's
was
on the
a
debut.
compilation.
It's before Raising Hell.
Yeah.
Yeah. You talking about the first album?
It's the first album.
Subtitle. It's subtitle album.
So
Yeah.
So, all right. Yeah. So I'll go with that.
Yeah,
one.
that-
Or
that-
Run DMC. What is it?
All right. Rel, what you got?
Number 1, I got Illmatic.
Game Changer.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even got I ain't already talked about that. That album changed my life for real. And then I got Midnight Marauders, man. No skips, bruh. No skips whatsoever. Electric Relaxation, like that album's crazy to me, man.
Crazy.
That album is just, I
It's
don't know,
crazy.
man.
Clap your hands. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Clap your hands, Steve Biko. Come on, man.
Rico.
Suck a nigga.
Suck a nigga.
Rock Butter. Yeah.
This, oh man, it's just crazy. The Infamous, like I said,
Keep rolling.
Yeah, keep
when,
it rolling.
when the Infamous came out, I was in a rap group with my best friend, and we listened to it so much. Like our first official song, I said, "Yo, we gotta stop listening to Mob. We sound too much like it influenced us." You know what I'm saying? It influenced us that much. You know what I'm saying? So that was my drum. And then the War Report. I love the War Report. I love the War Report, man. I think
Dope album.
Tragedies adding his whatever he does to that album really put that album over the top. And for me, I guess because I'm a little young, my favorite was Live and Let Die. I really I know a lot of, I know a lot of people say
Dope album.
it was my, because I'm a little younger, so like that was when I really started getting into, you know what I'm saying? And I'm On the Run, one of my favorite songs of all time. The remix, that's one of my favorite songs of all time. It's Gangsta. He told that story. You before the video came out, you can picture that shit in your mind, you know what I'm saying? So that'd be my number 5. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, man. And then you talking about Ill Street Blues, man.
And then Ill Street Blues, I mean, I ain't even
on the way down.
The way down. Buck ticket, yeah. Yo, G-Rap, man.
G-Rap, man.
That was Live and Let Die. Live and Let Die was my favorite, yo. You know,
Man,
so
3 times in Atlanta, I was at parties, and when Ill Street Blues came on, brawls broke out. Chairs, vases, I don't know what they had in that song subliminally, but brawls broke out.
Yeah, that sounds like some old they was saying in the Latin Quarters book, Top Billin' and Ghost Steps. It was the two joints that if that came on, you might as well just either give up to your jewels or you get knocked out. Like one of the two things that happened. So you might as well. So that was like the warning. When you hear the Top Billin' drums, you either got off the dance floor or you was ready to rumble. Eddie, what you got for your top 5 albums? Eddie.
Yo, oh, there you go. There you go.
No, I can't hear him. Eddie.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna get back with Eddie. All right, top 5 groups out of Queens.
I ain't get my albums yet.
Oh, my bad, Vern. I'm sorry. So many people, I forgot.
I know. So, I'm gonna try to break the monotony. Illmatic, of course. I'm going Raising Hell, and I'm sitting here fighting with myself on which tribe, but it's got to be Midnight Marauders. I'm gonna name 2: Hot, Cool, and Vicious. And then since Drez is from Queens, I got to go with a Wolf in Sheep Clothing, man.
I'm not mad at that.
Nice.
I'm not mad at that. Here's the wild part. I never knew Drez was from Queens. I think Drez was like Black Sheep, one of them groups. I never knew where they were from.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They just like I don't know where Chi Ali is from. I think she is from the Bronx. I don't even really the Bronx. Okay. Yeah, I didn't even know. Top 5 groups from Queens. Roots, you want to set it off or? I think you're muted, Roots. I think you muted yourself.
Yeah, my bad. Top 5 groups. I'm
Yeah.
going with Tribe. I'm going with Mobb Deep. I'm going with Run DMC. Damn, yo, EPMD is Long Island, right?
Yes.
Organized Confusion. That's 4.
That's 4.
Yeah.
You know what? Nah, I gotta go with it's only really one album. I wanted to say Main Source, but I mean they shifted some shit, but I guess you know what? Vern got me on some Salt and Pepper, man. Salt and Pepper has some joints.
Hell yeah.
Bro, they had
Pepper's
joints.
number 5.
Yeah, joints.
Yeah, them first 2 albums had joints. Yes.
That's right.
Yes. Yeah.
Salt and Pepper will be my number 5.
All right, no doubt. Eddie, you back? You good?
No.
Eddie still froze. All right, for mine, I got Run DMC, Tribe,
Yeah, women.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I can hear you.
You can hear me?
Yeah.
Don't move.
It's like a delay. It's like a delay on it, but yeah.
I'm gonna go to my albums first, right? So I'm doing Midnight Marauders, The Infamous, Illmatic, Mama Said Knock You Out, and Road to the Riches.
Yes.
I'm not mad at that. That's
Not mad
still
at
some dope picks. My top 5 groups: Run DMC, Tribe, Mobb Deep, Salt and Pepper, Organized Confusion. You know what I mean? I don't think Organized Confusion, because that's thinking music to me. You know,
Right.
like you can't put Organized on while you cleaning the house. You know what I mean? Like you got to take the time to sit there and read and really listen to what they're saying, because if you don't, it's just gonna go right over your head, and it's just
And that's
like,
why they slept on. Yeah, people don't want to sit and listen.
They don't want to sit and listen. So I mean, their third album, what was that?
Equinox.
Equinox. Incredible album that nobody talks about. The one that Bruce is wearing. Stretch. You know what I mean? The OG one with Fudge Pudge. I mean, the first time.
Yeah, man.
You hear OC.
Crazy.
So that's crazy. Right. Greg Boogie, what about you? What's your top 5 albums out of Queens, man? You're muted.
Groups.
You mean groups? Yeah, groups.
Yeah, my fault. Group. I apologize. Group.
All right, so Run DMC, Tribe, Mobb Deep,
gotta do
CNN.
Ooh.
And
lock up to let you know me.
And I'm gonna give you another one. See, this is. I'm gonna throw it for a loop. I'm gonna say Lost Boys.
I ain't mad at that. I'm not mad at that.
But damn, we forgot about CNN. TONY.
TONY.
Bruh, Yo, the funny thing is that was on the other day, and Nori said, "Shoot your block up to make you know me." I remember when he said that, I was like, "God damn, that's a hard ass line." Like, yo, y'all niggas, y'all niggas don't know me. Oh, okay, let me just shoot up your block. Then you'll fucking know me by the end of the day. I was like, "Yo, this nigga," and it's dope. I love seeing Nori with Drink Champs and living great and everything. But a lot of these young cats don't know Nori, man. You know, young little. I remember Nori being all skinny on Rap City.
Right.
You know what I mean? Skinny Nori on Rap City. You know, with Big Fez interviewing them, talking about the war report. Cal, who you got for your top 5 groups out of Queens?
Just what you saying, but TONY, that's Nasheem Merrick, another Queens producer, by the way.
Merrick,
top 5 groups: Run DMC, Tribe, Mob, Organize. And since I had Salt and Pepper, but Vern said Salt and Pepper, so the Roots. I'm gonna flip it a little bit because Organize, like you said, somebody can't. You gotta sit down and listen to Organize. But if you are cleaning your house, you got Onyx.
Onyx. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. I tell you the other funny thing, man, and it's like I don't know if it was a pull on my spirit, whether this was dope parenting or horrible parenting. The Simon Says came on and Naomi was like, "Daddy, that's that titty song, right?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, it is." And it's dope, you know that, but shit, like, I'm like, is this a proud moment? Is this a proud dad moment, or is this like a fucked up dad moment? Like don't let your mother hear you say that, okay? Just keep that between us. That's the titty song. But yes, that would be the titty song of what we're talking about. So, but just don't tell your mother that shit, because I don't feel like hearing her mouth. Slayer, what's your top 5 groups from Queens, man?
Yo, top 5, man. Beat Nuts. Props over here. Get funky.
God, how the fuck did I not pick that, man? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't know. Yeah,
Salt and Pepper. I know.
Should have. No, I'm sorry.
Salt and Pepper, but yo, the Black Magic's album. That shit is fire. That shit is crazy. Expression is fire. Last Talk About Sex blew him up. Last Talk About Sex took him super pop. You know what I mean?
You showed me.
What else I got here? Mobb Deep. Mobb Deep, that infamous Hell on Earth. Extortion with Meth on that Hell on Earth. It's crazy. The Real Fuji Rap on Murder Music. That shit is Mobb Deep. Ridiculous. Tribe Called Quest, of course. To me, they got 3 my albums. I give No Midnight Marauders 5 my People Instinctive Travel. I've given beats. I know we ain't even supposed to be talking this, but Beat Lights and Rhymes, I give that 3. Love Movement, I give 3.5 to 4. I love that album. That shit is crazy. And the last joint, that We the People album, I'm giving that 4 mics. Yo, I love Tribe Called Quest. That's my Twitter name, Midnight Marauder. Like when I came on, that was my shit. Like, dude, that is ridiculous. And then I got to go with Run DMC. So that Run DMC, I was trying to find it. Together Forever, that shit. Oh my god.
That wasn't on the album. Yeah,
that's when I fell
in
love with.
That was a 12.
That shit caught me, and I was like 9, 10 years old. I heard that shit. It was over. I still can't rap, but you know, I act like I can't every day. Yo, I got one question for Roots. Roots, did you produce? Are you the Roots that produced Nutshell, or that's not you?
Produce what?
The Nutshell with Fight Dog.
Nah,
Nutshell.
Yeah, no, I didn't do that.
I thought it was I thought he did with somebody named Roots.
Word?
No, that's Roster Roots, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Not for real. That's his name. His name is Roster Roots.
What is it?
Word, Roster Roots?
Mm-hmm.
I gotta listen to that joint. I don't know that joint.
All right, bro. What about you? Top 5
It's a new joint, Roots, with on Fight's new album.
Oh, okay.
Bro, what's your top 5 groups?
Top 5 groups: Mobb Deep, Tribe, Run DMC, CNN. Like people was talking about TONY. That was
Blood Money, man.
That was crazy.
Blood
Money. You know what I'm saying? Driver's Seat. Like
LA.
Yeah. I mean, they, you know, they again soundtrack of my life. You know what I'm saying?
Well, pause on for a second because me and you was talking about this the other night. we gotta give props to Queens, because Queens was the only motherfuckers holding down New York City when all that shit was popping off.
Yeah, you
LA.
When Jay and Big and Nas was real quiet, CNN and Mobb Deep was talking they shit. They was the only people. Flush was talking.
Drop a gem on them.
So truth be told, we got salute you Queens niggas for basically holding down the whole
us down
city.
Because we got caught up
the whole coast.
In that beef. We got caught up in it. I know I did. And when them Queens, y'all held me down, I was proud. You know what I'm saying? Because when LA came out, I said, "Oh, they firing back." You know what I'm saying? I like that shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, CNN, and then
that beat was hard, yo.
Yeah. And then my last joint was is the Beatnuts, man. And you know, I love the Beatnuts, man. And they give you a couple moments in the song where they say something so crazy, like on Beatnuts Forever. He was like, even if you wearing a vest, they gonna find you with a crowbar dug in your chest. Like, you know what I mean? That was crazy.
Yeah.
Juju said that. Yeah. So I fuck
Juju
with
always got some wild shit.
Some wild shit, man.
That nigga said, bury your ass where God can't even find you. Like, yo.
Do you believe in God? You do. Tell him to save you. Come on, man.
Me and these niggas here ain't trying to change, man.
Yeah, man.
Yo, man, I gotta change mine to Beatnuts. I'm gonna have to take organized out. No shit. I gotta change mine to Beatnuts because I never forget. There was a shorty who owed me money, and I had find that shit on my answering machine. Y'all remember that joint, the Beatnuts did? If you owe me money, better find that shit. That was my answering machine. So when she called me, the first thing she heard was, "You better find that shit." Like, that literally was my voicemail for that shit. Well, not voicemail, my answering machine. But yeah, so yeah, I gotta switch mine to the Beatnuts. And they have a discography that's very dope that nobody really talks about. Like, I mean, if we talking about, I mean, we could just dig into these three right here. I mean, from the EP to this joint, to this joint with Watch Out Now. Watch Out Now was crazy.
Crazy.
Man. Off the Books. Then the album that came off this with Off the
Game
Books.
changer.
Going crazy,
Yeah.
What's the
Off
joint
the
with
Books.
Greg Nice? What's the shit they got with Greg
That's
Nice?
the joint. Well, he had I'm a Clown on here. No, Biz was on here. I know what you're talking about. It's on here. Not Your Clown. Turn it out. Turn it out.
Yeah.
Turn it out.
Turn it
was
out.
crazy on here. Yeah.
That beat is crazy.
So, yeah,
Greg Nice
the
is going
Beatnuts-
Greg Nice is going crazy at the end of that jump.
Yep, that was crazy.
Yeah. Turn it out. Yeah.
Eddie, 5 groups.
God damn, man. Yo, so top 4 is easy. The 5th one is hard. So top 4, I got Tribe Called Quest, Run DMC, Mobb Deep, Organized Confusion. And then for that 5th spot is between the Beatnuts, Lost Boys, Onyx, Salt and Pepper. Like, yo, I
You
can't
got
call it.
you got 8 groups waiting to get. You got 8 groups waiting to get into that top 5.
Like, you know what? I would give it to the Beatnuts just because, like, I feel like they don't get their due, you know, like, and their catalog is crazy, you know what I mean? That's one of the reasons, like, I love the War Report, but I can't put CNN in my top 5 because aside from that one album, like, I'm not really feeling the rest of the catalog like that, you know, but that one album is a bona fide classic, 5 mics to me. But aside from that, like, I don't really go to anything.
All right, and Vern, what about you?
I'm going with Run DMC. I'm going with Salt and Pepper. One of the reasons, because I'm gonna give a shout out to my dad. He loved that Black Magic album, bumped it hard. I'm going Tribe, of course. I'm going Organized Confusion, and then this last pick is for my stepdad. This joker is a college professor, but he's from East Lake, Atlanta, originally from Rochester, New York. So he said, "You know who my favorite group is?" I'm thinking he's gonna say X-Clan, the Goody Mob. This joker says Lost Boys, Lifestyle of the Richard Chambers. I'm like, okay. And then for another reason, I couldn't wait till my daughter got into law school. So when people asked me what she did, I said she wants to be a lawyer. Study law.
One of the funniest lines ever, bro. One of the funniest lines ever.
So yeah, that's my 5.
That's dope. That's dope. All right, y'all, tell me this. Who is Queens the dopest borough as far as MCs. I mean, when you're talking about everybody's top 5, it kind of was Nas, G-Rap, Monch, Prodigy, LL, somewhere shifting, whatever. Most people in BK will say Kane, Big, J. You know what I mean? Can the top 3 MCs from Queens, who would you take in a battle? Like, in your top 3 to rumble Kane, Big, and J? OC's from Brooklyn.
Brooklyn, okay.
He's kind of split because he's
split because I heard he be in Queens a lot too.
Yeah.
But
He
then
said
he on the
moved to
Brooklyn
Queens
Dodgers.
later in his life. Yeah, but I think
Right.
Queens, Brooklyn. I think you're right.
Right. So who are you picking to beat Kane, Big, and Jay in the battle?
Ooh, okay, I know who I'll pick.
Who you picking, Vern?
G-Rap, Nas, and Munch.
There you go.
And do you feel like do you feel like they win that battle?
Oh, you said Kane, Biggie, and Jay. They don't lose.
Well, then I guess they win. I guess they do what they tie. I'm like, they win, they don't lose. Like, they tie? Is it a win? Do they bring home the chip?
I'm gonna just say because on the last time we did the show, I went with Queens, so I'm gonna stick with my gun.
Stay with Queens. All right. Roots, what about you? You on mute, bro.
That's tough, man. What's the question?
What 3 MCs are you picking from Queens to rumble Big Daddy Kane? And when I talk about these people, I always say it's like a Benny thing. Like, so 97 Hope. I'm talking about 87, 88 Kane. I'm talking about people at their prime. So same with the Queens MCs at their prime. Who are you putting to go up against Kane, Big, and Jay?
I'm gonna put Nasty Nas. Put the nasty in front of him.
Nasty Nas. Okay, there you go.
Nasty Nas.
There you go.
LL Cool J.
Mm-hmm.
And Pharoah Monch.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yes.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. And you got them winning the chip, bringing it back home to Queens.
Hey,
yo, man. Big Daddy Kane.
I know.
And Jay-Z,
I know.
Nigga. Them niggas.
I know.
That's a nasty. I don't want to come across them 3 niggas in the alley. Nah, nigga, I don't know. Man. It's gonna be a hell of a fight.
That's gonna be a fight.
All right, cool. Greg Boogie.
That's the 3 I'm putting them against. Them.
That's the 3 you putting in the ring. Greg Boogie, who you putting in the ring for that rumble?
I got L, I got Cool G Rap, and I got Nas. And I just think they barely, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like a majority decision. You know, like 1 point in a boxing match.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they're both going to take blows. Like, I just think that, like, lyrically, skill-wise, I think that Queens has the edge. I think Brooklyn, where they have it, is style. You know what I mean? Just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really feel like that's really what the differentiator is.
I agree. No doubt. Cal, who you got? Who you putting in the ring?
I got I'm gonna have to, like Ruth said, nasty. Put the nasty for the Nas. It's live at the barbecue. Back to the grill again, Nas.
Waving automatic guns at nuns.
Waving automatic guns at nuns.
You want Nas that was
exactly.
You want Nas that was going to hell. You want that.
Exactly.
You want that nigga. I feel you.
G-Rap and LL. I need LL. I need In Control. I'll be getting busy. LL, not
Right.
Not no jingling, baby.
Not jingling, baby. Nah.
Not Big Ellie. Not Big Ellie.
Oh no, not Big Ellie. No. Hey,
all right.
Jay said, I got those 3, but even Jay said, I'm like G-Rap in his prime, right? So clearly he know where G-Rap is at. So
right,
I'm gonna go with those.
All right, Slayer. Who you putting? Who your 3 you picking?
Yo. So this right here. For Big Daddy Kane, we got G-Rap. They from the same era. They can spit bars at each other. That's a hit or miss. They both got bars. You know, Kane gonna have the ladies, but G-Rap's gonna be gutter. For Biggie, we got LL. But I want the LL from Rampage when he's with EPMD. I want that LL.
No doubt.
I guess he was coming off Mama Said Knock You Out or whatever. I need that LL, right? And then for Jay, Nas. So you got Nas, LL, and G-Rap. You ain't losing.
Yo, when you put it like that,
Yeah.
I gotta get an edge
That's actually
between.
good,
Like
man.
when you put it like
You're not
that.
losing. That shit is
Yeah.
so
Put it like
neck
that.
and neck.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
not
good.
mad at that. The way you
No.
broke that shit down.
That
That's
might be the
actually-
best. That might
Yo,
be the
Queens
best shot. Yeah.
is the Mayweather of boxing, yo. Queens, people sleep on Queens, bro. Queens got bars like technicians. You got fucking Pharoah Monch, technician. He's gonna destroy folks bar for bar.
And kill, like you said, too, the
gonna kill
eras. You can put
Yeah, the
Prodigy
eras.
in
He's
there.
gonna kill
You can put
you.
Prodigy in there, 95.
Yo, if you put 96 Prodigy in there, that
96.
nigga's taking everybody's head the fuck off, man. Like real talk. Like he's taking when
Just
this
with
nigga said when that nigga
body,
said put holes through your
you go
shirt
from
like
God body to
Jamaican
gutter
clothes.
Tragedy.
Yeah, I mean, I feel you. Rel, who you got?
Yo, man, I got the same. I got Nasty Nas, Battle Mode LL. I mean, say what you want about him. When it's time for a battle,
When it's time for a battle, yeah.
that nigga is that he's ready. He's ready
Yep.
for that. He ain't backing down from nobody, no level. He ready for it. So I got him, and then G-Rap. I mean, G-Rap birthed a lot of these people we naming to me, style wise. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
He birthed a lot of them, and they'll admit it. So
Absolutely.
how can you go against that? You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think the thing about Queens, like, if you notice the names that the range, they got way more range than any other borough to me, as far as the type of MCs that they have, man. They got lyricists, they got street dudes, you got people with style like the Lost Boys. They just got, they got longevity, LL. I mean, it's just, they got everything that you need. So that's why I would give them a slight edge. Because, I mean, Biggie J and Kane, I mean, come on. That's royalty. You know what I'm saying? That's the next big, like how they got, you know what I'm saying? That's tough to beat. But I think that three can edge them out.
All right, Eddie, what you got?
So Nasty Nas, like y'all said, I mean, I think Kim and Jay, gotta handle business. But besides that, I'm going with Pharoah Monch. Like Pharoah Monch, Organized Confusion era, like Bring It On, Pharoah Monch. Like, yo, as an MC, like he was so advanced. Like even for like 94, like
Crazy.
dude, like his rhyme patterns, and then lyrically, like he was sharp. Like, yo, like crazy. Like I still feel like he's underrated. Like even people giving him his flowers, but I feel like some people still don't get how crazy nice he was,
Mm-hmm.
But then
Hey, hold on, Eddie. Hold on, Eddie. On Pharaoh, I don't know too many MCs that has been out as long as he is that is still as sharp as he is.
facts.
That's true.
And the other
Facts.
thing about Pharoah is you don't have, like I always tell people, I learned from Nick, like you can't crack my top 10 if you in a group. Because you've only been writing 16s. You've been writing 16s, 116. Whereas Pharoah has had 3 incredibly in banana solo albums. You know what I mean? And there's not too many other MCs who can say I was in a group, I left, and then I had a great solo career too.
I say
most of the
4.
time once they,
Yeah.
4. Yeah.
Four solo albums.
After they leave, it's kind of like it's a done deal. So, all right, and you got Queens coming out.
Yeah, and well, but then my last one is LL, because like I think Greg said, Brooklyn's gonna have the style, the swagger. So I feel like that's what LL is gonna bring for Queens. You know what I mean? The style and swagger, like to balance that out. So yeah,
and gonna come in there and say, "Eat shit."
Nah, but battle. I'm talking about battle. LL, man.
No, for real. No.
Yeah.
And Vern, who you got? Oh, we did.
I went first. Yeah.
I agree with everything everybody said. The way Slayer broke it down was perfect. G-Rap against Kane. You can go either which way, so I think that was perfect. So I guess we got Queens coming out on top. Yo, for my Queens peoples, man, play tour guy for a minute. Roots, Greg, Cal, Slayer. I'm coming to Queens for the weekend. Where am I getting my beard shaped up? Where Greg and Roots, you still in Queens. Where's the barbershop at? What barbershop am I going to in Queens?
Okay. Wow.
I mean, Philly, as you know, Kill. I think Philly dudes can cut hair too. So I mean, but in New York,
I mean,
New York,
I know,
you can find a good shop.
I know a couple of shops in Queens, so I'm just seeing if y'all like, where do y'all go? Like, Roots, where you go get your hair cut?
That's the crazy shit. I mean, all my life I usually designate myself to one barber, right?
Okay.
But lately, I really got like 3 barbers. So I got my man Ish, he in Corona. I don't know what avenue that is. I just know how to get to his shop. And it's like around the corner. I don't know if y'all remember, there was a record store, a lifestyle record store called All the Right Records.
Mm-hmm.
G, you know.
And that was on
Junction. So right off the Junction, there's a barber shop there. My man Ish, I get my cut from there. But then my number one barber, he's actually in the Bronx. So I go to the Bronx, and this nigga's nice. So I mean, that's the home of hip hop. So that's where I get my cut. You know what I mean? But my man Ish, I go to Ish, VS Barber right over here on 85th Street and Story Boulevard. They nice with it. All Queens niggas. So those are my 3 shops that I fuck with.
All right, what about you, Greg?
See, I get my cut in Brooklyn. I can't even front. I'm in Fort Greene, but I'm gonna say this. Heads Ain't Ready. My man Louis Live, his spot on 37th Ave.
Heads Ain't Ready, 37th. All right.
On 37th Ave. I think it's like 82nd, 83rd, 84th Street. One of them blocks, right? My man's spot, Blades, on 93rd Street and Corona Avenue. Yeah. See them dudes. And these are all kids. Like I like these kids are like little brothers to me. You know what I'm saying? All these guys, and they cut. So Nas actually had a commercial with my man Louis Live from Heads Ain't Ready. I think it was from Bevel or something, but he was cutting his hair, and it was publicized. On this side of Queens, like the Jamaica side, there's just too many. You know what I'm saying? Like you could throw a rock. Yeah, and you know what I'm saying? Anywhere in the town.
Anywhere.
Like, throw a rock, you're gonna hit ill barber. So I can't even, you know what I'm saying? Start at the Ave and just pick. You know what I'm saying?
All right, no doubt. Now, New York, Philly is all cheesesteaks. My wife is from Harlem, so it's always been about pizza. Where's the dopest spot in Queens to get a dope slice of pizza from? What's y'all favorites?
It's Margaritas.
Margarita. March said that. March said he's been around the world.
You check my Instagram. I got pictures of me always. Margaritas.
He said Margaritas is the dopest pizza spot. He's been around the world. No spot is doper than that. Slayer, you been there? You got your own spot?
Yo, for the pizza, I'm gonna say Big John's Pizza on Jamaica Avenue.
Shadyville.
On Little Jamaica.
All right.
They're good. From the bus. That was hit up, yo. And then for the barbers, I'm gonna say again, Queens is gigantic, bro. You don't just be going to other people's neighborhoods getting your shit cut. You might get your shit cut. So you go to the shop. You know, I grew up on Springfield Boulevard. I'm not going to Francis Lewis to get a haircut. I'm not going to Linden Boulevard to get a haircut. You know what I mean? Like, do you know niggas over there? You going to get haircuts with? You know what I mean? You gonna get sun.
You know what's funny though?
Shop when you walk in, you gonna say, "Who's next?" You gonna put your hand up and shit like, "Yo."
I don't have any hair now, but when I was younger, I used to go to. I used to go to King's Barber Shop on Linden.
One of the spots we all knew was like Headhunters in the Hut.
Headhunters, of course, yeah. But King's Barber Shop is where Run MC got their haircut.
Okay.
That's on Linden, so they're coming from Hollis.
Yeah, I wasn't moving like that, yo. I thought I was outside, but
you were doing that.
I got jumped on. My eyes closed. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I'm easy.
All right.
You know, going from block to block and shit in Queens, bro, is shit dangerous.
Right.
All right, no doubt. All right,
let me give you another pizza spot though.
Yeah,
and this is a neighborhood that we really couldn't go to back in the days in Maspeth, right? Rose's Pizza, right?
Rose's Pizza.
I've never been there.
And I'm gonna be real. I went there probably the late '90s, and allegedly Greg Boogie had to get thrown out because somebody called Greg Boogie a nigga, and me and my two friends had a little Allegedly, shit started flying in there. So, but I mean, the pizza's ill. Like, and we expected this.
You haven't
right. So you went knowing.
Yeah, but it was really good. Yeah, Rosa's Pizza.
Roses?
Rosa.
Let me tell you, I know. Let me tell you my favorite pizzeria. Now I'm vegan now, so I don't fuck with dairy.
I know you ain't eat no pizza.
Right, I don't eat any pizza, but I ate enough pizza for a lifetime to tell you. My favorite pizzeria is a place called Amore's. Now that's over in Whitestone, off of Linden Place, off of the Whitestone Parkway. You get up the Stop and Shop is right there. But in the 80s, like G said, you couldn't really go over there because it was all Italians over there. And I always had this theory. I love margaritas. Margaritas right there on Jamaica Ave. It's official tissue. But you got to consider, this is just a theory. I'm a little bit of a conspiracy theorist. You know what I mean? So bear with me. My analogy is this. The best pizzeria is gonna be in an Italian neighborhood. It's gonna be where
I knew where you were going.
And you know why? Because they're gonna have the freshest, best ingredients. And when you go in the neighborhoods where we at, they were like, well, they don't know the difference. Let's give them this cheese. Let's give them that cheese. Every time I'm in like Howard Beach where they don't want no niggas, or you way out in Staten Island, or you somewhere in like Whitestone in the back of Flushing, you're gonna get the best pizza. Especially when you walk in, the music stop and they look at you because like, what you doing in here? Like how you said about the explosive. And Amore's is like that. Amore's not 21. Everybody goes to Amore's. But when I was going to Amore's in high school, they were almost they were like one step from saying like, what you a nigga, you're not supposed to get pizza. And those pizzerias were the best pizza. And to this day, Amore got the best pizza. It's a great balance of cheese and sauce. I just love Amore's. You know what I'm saying? So
dope. Now tell me this.
I love margaritas too, though.
What is Queens known for? Like, what would you say? From Brooklyn keeps on taking it, the Bronx is dirty, you know what I mean, whatever. What is Queens known for? Like,
bitches.
He ain't lying though. That's the crazy part about it.
That's a fact.
You know what?
Yo, the girls, man.
It's true.
Girls is crazy.
And once again, the game has shifted a little bit. Everybody's all over. But when I was
growing up,
people from Brooklyn, even to this day, I was telling Clark Kent, he was like, yo, when I was coming up, we used to come from Brooklyn just to go to Jamaica Ave, just so we could bump into the ill, high yellow, badass chick from Queens. Because that's what Queens was known for. You just had that blend of different girls. You know what I'm saying? And, there's girls in every borough. We know that. But Queens.
But Queens, it was special.
Special with the ladies.
Man.
All right.
That's why Prince Akeem came there, man, because he said
right in the town. That was right there. They filmed Coming to America. Walking distance from my
Queens.
Right there, Queens Boulevard.
Dope. So Greg Boogie, same thing. That's the first thing that comes to mind when you think of Queens.
For me, honestly, it's money. We get money.
Okay.
And we get money not just because
GTM.
I'm gonna tell you why, really. Because we all grow up with every different culture in the world. So I got the plug with everybody. I got plugs with anything I possibly need, anything I possibly could want. I have access because I'm friends with Vladimir from Russia. I'm friends with the guy from Korea. And then we grew up together, so we have access and plugs. And when we go to work and when we look at, like, if we're going corporate, these guys are gonna pull you in because you're from the town. You know what I'm saying? Okay. It's like it's a different kind of unity and I'm gonna speak really from our side of Queens. You know what I'm saying, Roots? Like our side of Queens is like Manhattan. It's really the closest to Manhattan than any other borough. So by the time you're like 7th, 8th grade, we're 20 minutes away from the city. So we're there all the time. We're moving and shaking, and it's a real good reflection of, the same population of the city is that part of Queens. So I think it's money because we on it quick.
I mean, Queens get the money.
Yeah.
Kel, yeah. Kel, what's the first thing that come to mind with Queens with you?
Kind of echoing Greg a little bit. You know, Queens is nicknamed the world's borough because everything is there. You got every ethnicity, every culture is all in that borough. I mean, 4 million people. But I think mostly, as Nori said, Noriega, trying to fly to New York, got to go through Queens. Trying to fly to New York, got to go through Queens. So the airports, 2 airports. I said both airports in New York. I mean, they're in New York and Queens. If you're trying to shoot a movie, got to come to Queens. Silver Cup, Kaufman Astoria Studios, both mega film houses in Queens. So if you're trying to do a movie, got to do that. Music videos, a lot of them. Benny Boom, Hype Williams, they from Queens. A lot of rappers shoot their videos in Queens. Redman, who else? Wu-Tang shot a bunch of videos in Queens. So I mean, I think you come to Queens for everything for the most part.
All right. And what about you, Slayer?
Yo, Kel, you know what you left out, bro? I'm gonna hit you with the point for Queens. But yo, we left out when you talk about the food, talk about pizza. Yo, Queens is a lot of Asians, a lot of Jamaicans, a lot of Puerto Ricans, Dominicans. So you gotta hit the Jamaican spot. You getting your oxtail, you getting your soft fish, you getting your beef patty with cocoa bread, champagne cola. That's what we eating in Queens, right? We ain't fucking with the pizza like
that's it right there.
More than that. I used to work in Astoria.
Cocoa bread, yo. Champagne cola. Gotta get that. Pineapple ting. You know what I mean?
You can walk down Steinway Street. You can walk down Steinway Street and get that, and then get Greek food. You can get
amazing
Italian. I mean everything.
Italian, Colombian, everything.
Colombian, everything. Or anything you want.
All right. Dope. Yo, I
we were saying earlier how Queens is the largest borough, right? And you got.
Greg said he had a story.
All right. So we say Queens is the largest borough. Every nationality's in there. Yo, the women in Queens is amazing. The women in Queens.
You kind of breaking up, Slayer.
Queens women. I went to Thomas Edison High School, yo. Am I breaking?
Yeah. You breaking up.
But yo, if you get high school chicks, the Hillcrest High School chicks was crazy. Van Buren, the chicks was crazy.
Yo, the 3 high schools right next to it.
The Dominican Catholic, the Catholic school, all girls
Dominican commercial.
That shit was crazy.
Them chicks was wild.
Dominion, was it
right
Dominion commercial?
Dominican commercial, right by the Bristol Hotel.
I think that was the name of the high school.
Room 518.
515.
For real.
Bristol Hotel.
Listen, the cut parties, bro, was crazy.
Right?
Just
I
crazy.
I could imagine.
Yo, I thought it was breaking up.
Yeah, you breaking up still. We can hear you like you in and out. What you saying, Cal?
This T-Mobile Wi-Fi guy is trash, bro.
I was saying kind of what Slayer said. You got Hillcrest, Edison, Jamaica, like all down the street from each other. And then you got you mentioned I can't even think of the name of the girls' school that was there. All girls' school that's right over Hillside Avenue.
Mary Lewis.
Mary Lewis, yeah, thank you.
Mary Lewis, Dominican commercial on the other side.
Dominican commercial, right? And all right there because it's
crazy. Used to be crazy.
Oh, the Avenue. Bananas.
Yes.
Yeah, and not the front on Queens, y'all got some dope ball players. Skip, y'all got Kenny Anderson,
Lamar Odom,
Lamar Odom,
right?
Kenny Smith. You know what I mean? So y'all definitely got some hoopers.
Yo, Jackson
definitely got some
hoopers. Yeah.
Oh, word?
Yeah, I went to high school. Skip.
My man, Archest.
Rest in peace. What's his name? Just Edwards. From Jamaica. I mean, Jackson High School. He just passed away.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I know
he didn't really make it in the league, but I mean, the story, like, he played at Georgetown. He's like one of the first players.
Yeah, I remember he passed away a couple of months back.
A couple of months ago, yeah. COVID.
Yeah. But definitely, just saying Kenny Anderson, Skip to my Lou was good money for that right there. Yo, I appreciate it, y'all. Very, very dope show. Saluting your borough roots. Can you just give a rundown of some of the stuff you have produced?
Yeah. Well, the first joint I did was I did a remix for Monica. What was that record? Like this and like that.
Like this.
No, that was my joint.
I did a remix. Now I don't think it got fully released. They played it in Atlanta here and there, but it wasn't official. It didn't get officially.
Oh, they got rocked. They got rocked.
But that was the first joint I did. Then I did a joint, Young Z from Jersey.
Oh, Outsiders.
Outsiders. Yeah.
Outsiders. I love Young Z, and he's a wild.
Breaking up.
Oh, breaking up.
Okay.
Breaking up.
Somebody was trying to call me. My bag. Let's see if it comes back up.
Yeah, you good?
Yeah, we got you.
Yeah, you good now. You good.
All right. Yeah, I did a joint for Young Z, and Lauryn Hill was on that joint. That was my first really official joint.
Oh, word.
And
That was
Lauryn
the
Hill
joint.
on the record.
That was the joint Golden. That was the joint.
Yeah,
Stay
Stay
Gold.
Gold. So that was me, Shadi, Bezo. You know what I'm saying? For Morgan.
Bezo. Shout out to Bezo.
Yeah, Bezo and Shadi, they kind of like. I'm from the neighborhood where Herbie Lovebug and you know what I'm saying, and Kwame. Me and Kwame went to grade school together. You know what I'm saying? So I'm from that thing. So I was always around the music and the instruments and stuff, but I didn't know how to operate it. When I came to Morgan, Lukman, Shadi, and Bezo were making beats, and I kind of like to invite me to the studio, and that's how I got to see how the actual mechanics of it. So that record, so ironically, the first record we got placed, I co-produced with them. So that was a joint. So I did that. Then after that, I did, but like the real official joints that I got as a single was Exhibit. I did a joint with Exhibit. It's called Nobody Sounds Like Me because I sampled that Raekwon and Ghost joint. I want nobody sound like me. Nobody. I did that over like a Quincy Jones sample. Flew out to LA and did that joint. That was like a B-side or some shit like that. And then I did Lords of the Underground. I did a joint with Lords of the Underground where I sampled Puffy saying take that on a hook. And that was a single. You know what I'm saying?
Go.
I did that. One of my prouder beats, it was kind of off the wall. It was on a Rough Riders compilation called East Siders. And it had the East Siders from West Coast with Styles P on it. It was like a ocean splash with like this funky. This shit was crazy. I thought Jay was gonna take it because Jay loved that beat. A lot of people love that beat. And Bimmy was an A&R for Def Jam at the time, and he wanted it for LL. Mad people were bidding for the beat, but DNY from Rough Riders, they bought the beat because they gave me the most. They were like, "Yo, we gonna give you $16,000 for that beat right now." I was like, "So."
right.
And so yeah, I did that. And then my biggest record would have to be Memphis Bleak with Jay-Z. I mean, that was the joint that got me the truck, got me the Rolex watch, got me everything. You know what I'm saying? That record was a single. And then Japan, they loved that record. And they were working on music. And Lior was like, yo, we starting Def Jam Japan. Because, you know, he had Def Jam South, he had Def Jam West. We doing Def Jam Japan. And they were like, we want 5 songs from this guy right here. And it was me because they sent my music out there. And I was like, I'll do it, but I'm not doing no Pro Tools. You got to fly me out there. They're like, we'll fly you out there. I went to Japan and did like these joints. They were singles for rap artists out there. And nobody knows them out here. But when I went out there, did the records, and maybe like 8-9 months later, I came back out and the records are out. And people were following me on the street like, yo, you did that record? I was on the clubs and girls coming up to me like, oh, the records was huge. They were like gold albums out there. Like that shit paid my rent for like years, the royalties from that shit. Wow. So the artists were called Dabo and Sphere of Influence. They had these guys sold like, it was gold, was like 700,000 units out there. So, you know, I did those records, Exhibit. I did Reese. I did Talib Kweli and UGK, this song called Country Cousins. That was a single.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, UGK and Talib Kweli. And I did so many joints that era, they would like to have to give you a first half, then you go and track the record and you like, just didn't make the album. I did joints with Method Man. I mean, the vocals were late. I did joints with Sean, what's her name? Shawnee, that's down with Disturbing the Peace.
Shauna, yeah.
I did a joint with Shauna. That shit didn't make the album. Truck Turner, who's down with KRS-One. KRS-One picked the record. It was like, yo, we want this beat. I met Curious One, took the record. I was like, yo, he got on the record, but it didn't come. Truck Turner's project didn't come out. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I did a lot of joints. I did a Twix commercial. I'm on Funkmaster Flex's album with Lady Luck. That was a B-side to a DMX. DMX was the single, and the B-side was Lady Luck. It was called Rush. That was a crazy beat.
Yeah.
And Flex was blasting it off. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. I mean...
Yo, the one you did for Screwball, the blocks?
Yeah, I was going to say Screwball. That's probably one of my favorites.
Yeah, I was there, and Nature was getting mad because he was writing his verse. And I kept talking to you. I'm drunk. Fucking with Roots.
I remember. Damn. And you know what? I went to go look for that joint. That shit ain't on no because of Tommy Boy and that bullshit. It's not on no streaming service.
Yo, that beat was crazy.
Crazy beat,
Crazy.
Yo.
That was the best one on the album for me.
I appreciate
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
that was probably
that was a
my
hot
favorite.
one. That was hot
probably one of my
one.
favorites.
Yeah, I got some joints, man. I don't remember them all, honestly.
I feel you. You still producing now?
Yo, I'm on sabbatical.
All right.
But you know what? I still got my equipment. I'm still counting bars. I'm still finding. I got a moving company now, right? So I do moves, and customers be like, "Also, can you take these and maybe if we give you an extra 50, can you just dump this in the garbage?" I'm like, "Sure." We go down to the basement. It's like 9 crates of records. I take them shit straight to my house. I got records like. So I mean, this is, I keep saying it every summer, but this is the summer I get back. Like Vic, he's a technical nigga. Like he always changing the instruments and the programs that he's using. And he's like, I'm like, what are you using now? You use the Reason? Now I'm on Logic now. Then I don't speak to him for like 3 or 4 months. He's like, nah, I'm using something else. But he knows how to use all that shit. So he's been inviting me to come to his crib and show me how to. So Vic is a good dude. So I ain't gonna front. I'm still like MPCs and outboard analog shit. So I'm a little intimidated by the programs and shit. But he's not. So like, I think I must pay him a visit and spend some time with him so he can get me up to speed on the programs and shit. So
just real quick, me and him did a wedding in the summer. Me and Vic, and this dude was fucking Mr. Vic Electronica. Everything was all digital. This dude doing all types of shit. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, he knows the gear. He studies the gear. He knows that shit to this day. He knows all the latest shit.
That's dope. Yo, man, think about jumping on the machine, man. I love it.
Yo, I got to.
It's the perfect thing of, you know, wanting to be on a computer but still want to touch the pads. Right. I love it. Yo, where can they get at you, Roots? Where can they follow you at on IG? Are you on Twitter?
I'm on Twitter, The Kid Called Roots on Twitter, and then my Instagram is Slow Cook. It's wild and crazy. I be changing up.
You be having fucking TV shows, bro. You're doing a TV show.
Because that's another thing I'm doing. I'm writing a short movie right now, and that Mask dude is part of it. So that I'm not really not many people know that. They just think I've lost my mind, but I'm slowly introducing people to that alter ego. So when I finish the short, it'll all make sense. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you can find me on Instagram as @SlowCook. Kid Called Roots on Twitter. My Gmail is thekidcalledroots@gmail. You know what I'm saying? Facebook, I'm not really on it, but people that know me personally, I'm on it. So those are the 2 or 3 right there.
Now with the moving company, where should they get at you? Like if you move all throughout New York? You move all throughout
New York. I got team with me. I got vans. We got a truck. It's called The Removalist. So the removalistnyc.com is the moving company. That's the website. And the Instagram is the removalist _. I'm still doing wild videos on that shit too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, the removalist. Yeah, I moved this Australian woman, and she was talking to her doorman like, "No, my removalist is here." And I was like, "What'd you call me?" And she's like, "Oh, they don't use the word mover in Australia. They use the word removalist." That shit almost sound like the transporter. That shit sound crazy.
Right.
And I was like, "That's it. That's the name." I was like, "Yo, we wearing all black. The name of the company is The Removalist." So I got a whole theme with that. You know what I mean?
That's dope. Vern, let them know if they in ATL where they can get a crib.
At Visa Loan Closer on Instagram, and Twitter is my fun side. That's just VChandler10.
All right.
No doubt. Eddie, let them know about Freestyle. Where can they get at you, good brother?
Yes, sir. So on Twitter at EddieD80, Instagram Freestyles, freestyles.com. You know what I mean? Help promoting, independent artists, new releases, singles, videos, whatever it is. So, check out what I got there. If you know any independent artists, that is looking to push something, send them my way. If you're watching this and you're an independent artist trying to push something, hit me up, yo.
Eddie, where you based out of?
I'm in LA.
Okay. All right, that's good to know.
All right, dope. Rel, where you at?
Philly, living in Maryland now, like my man Kel, but I'm Philly all day. You can hit me on the gram Uptown J Ben, on Twitter JBen215. I got a little clothing line called Fairgrade, PHAREGRADE. You get that's on Instagram as well. And I appreciate the opportunity chopping it up with y'all. I learned a lot, man. And much love to all of y'all, man. For real.
Salute, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right. Slayer, the Midnight Marauder. Where can they get at you, good brother?
Slayer. I'm up.
Yeah, you up.
Yo, Jake. I have nothing. I just have Jay Slay on Instagram. The real Jay Slay on Twitter come through. I'm ignorant every day. We laughing at these memes every morning.
Yeah, bro. Your memes every morning get me started, bro. Yo, your stories are.
Yo, that's what we do, bro.
Yeah.
Yo,
no doubt.
What I do, man. So JAI Slayer on Instagram, bro. Holla at me.
What's the Twitter?
Right.
What's the Twitter, Jay?
Real Jay Slayer.
Okay.
Jay Slayer for real, some shit like that. Yeah.
Just found it. Jay Slayer for real with the number 4.
He on IG so much he don't even know the Twitter. He don't mess with us little people over there on Twitter.
I don't be on there no more like that, bro. Yo, the Instagram be going crazy.
I see you, brother. I know. Kel, where can they get at you, man?
Get at me Instagram at Big Kel, on Twitter, real basic, Kelvin Davidson.
Yo, the funniest thing about Kel is this nigga loves the Knicks so much he has never bought a pair of Air Jordans. That's amazing to me, brother.
Me too.
You too?
Yeah.
Yo, that's the level of dedication.
I don't like Michael Jordan.
I can't do it.
I feel you. Well, Greg Boogie too. Queens niggas, y'all. Unity without even knowing. Unity without even knowing.
Queens, we don't.
Yo, Kel hit me one.
I appreciate y'all.
Like, yo, kill my. Oh yeah, no doubt, Slayer. Yo, Kel hit me one day like, yo, Kill, wifey wants some Jordans. You think you can help me? I'm like, yeah, whatever. He was like, I've never brought Jordans in my life. I'm like, what? He was like, fuck that nigga. I was like, you really fuck with this? Like, yo, that is ride or die. Like,
I respect
y'all. And I never got him. I never got him killed either.
I feel you. I mean, that's that you told your wife no. Bro, you on a whole nother level of boycott right there, bro.
Hey, yo, they say there's 2 words why Patrick Ewing never got a ring. Niggas be like, what? Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
For real.
Yo, here's the thing, yo. Like, I'm not from Queens. I'm from Brooklyn. To me, Brooklyn don't have a basketball team. They still New Jersey in my book. The Nets will always be New Jersey. Yo, Knicks fan. From little kid, man. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I feel you. Greg Boogie, where can they get at you, good brother?
So on Twitter, that's like my angry Haitian father side. And that's 43rd Bandit. 43rd is my block. I always rep that block because, I had lots of adventures there. And also, I'm music editor for a magazine /site that one of my day ones from 43rd Ave put out. It's called Scientific Inquirer. We're bringing science from the perspective of people of color, and I'm the music editor, and I do one of the things that I really like to promote on there is called Digital Underground, because the internet has become the new place where the algorithm and the A&R and the artists are breaking each other. So I do features with different kind of bands, and like I have a different palette. Like I always like all types of music, so it's not just rap. It's a lot of world music, club, it'll be dance hall, hardcore. So I get to flex, my little pen outside of the confines of, the publishing industry. So so Scientific Inquirer with an INQUIRER. .com, Scientific Inquirer, or 43rd Bandit if you want to laugh or say, yo, this nigga's crazy on Twitter.
All right, no doubt. You already know this with me, KIL889, Twitter, IG, We'll Make Beats for Food. Y'all know I'm a bookworm. Book I'm pushing this week, Check the Technique, Volume 2, Brian Coleman. If you love hip-hop, this is explaining how every one of the albums from our era, the 80s and the 90s, got made. Everybody talked about G-Rap today. Most people don't know G-Rap had brain surgery.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? During the second album. So it goes
that's
all
why it took
into
so
the
long.
Yeah, and bounced back from brain surgery and was still spitting like that. And this was during the second album. This is during the Wanted Dead or Alive album.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So you bouncing back from brain surgery. But this is a very dope book, as you can see. Nice and dope. I think he has volume 3 out too. So the first book was Rakim Told Me. Then it was Check the Technique, 2, 3. Like I said, the makings of, you know, J. Rue's The Damages first album. They got the making of Cube's death certificate and America's Most Wanted. You know, to me, one of the dopest stories in here was he was like, yo, that nigga Hank Shockley was never in the studio with me. It was always Vietnam Sandler who was with me. He said Hank would come in at the end of the day, listen to what we did, yay and nay stuff, and then he'd bounce. You know what I mean? So y'all know me. I'm a studio junkie. I love these stories. So if you love Check the Technique. That was the first one. Before that was Rakim Told Me. Then he got this one. So y'all already know what it is, man. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for holding me down tonight.
Hey, Kill.
Word up.
Hey, Kill.
Appreciate you.
We got the Queens brothers. Y'all got this book?
I got this book. I got it.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Of course.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that was a good one.
All right, no
Salute,
doubt,
y'all.
y'all.
Salute.
Next week.
Appreciate y'all.